Hi, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Alana Palmer, and I'm the owner and founder of Generations Beauty and Konenki Skincare. Today, I want to start a little differently and begin with a question for you. Have you ever wandered into the skincare aisle of your favorite beauty store or found yourself scrolling your phone late at night and staring at a tiny jar of eye cream and thinking, do I actually need this? Because I definitely have, and it's actually one of the questions I get asked most often. On one hand, you hear you need an eye cream, the skin around there is different, but on the other hand, you also hear it's just overpriced moisturizer. So which is it? Today, I want to break this down in a really simple way. No hype, no pressure at all, ever. Just what actually makes sense for you, for me, all of us, and our skin. So let's dive in. For most of us, there usually comes a time when we start to notice little changes in our skin, especially around our eyes. And they don't necessarily all happen at once. Actually, they kind of sort of sneak up on you. Anyone know what I'm talking about? You might notice things like fine lines that weren't there before, or puffiness that sticks around longer in the morning, or maybe your concealer and your makeup just isn't sitting the way it used to, especially under your eyes. That one's actually a big one. I hear it a lot. I've actually had so many conversations with women who say, my makeup used to look great, and now it doesn't. So that's naturally when we start looking for alternatives or solutions. That's usually when an eye cream comes into the picture. I have also found that younger women are now using an eye cream as a preventative measure, which, by the way, I love. Either way, whether you're trying to prevent signs of aging or address ones that are already there or just starting to show up, when an eye cream comes into play, it can create as much confusion as excitement for what it promises. So let's start clearing up all that confusion right now. Okay, let's cut to the chase. In my personal opinion, you don't always need an eye cream, but, okay, you knew there would be a but. There are times when it can actually make a noticeable difference. And I find the best way to know when it's a good idea to try an eye cream is by understanding why it could be a good idea. Not just adding another product because you feel like you should or you got pressured into it, or because you want to, but make it because you want to address concerns. So let's start by talking about the eye area for a second. It's actually different than the rest of your complexion, and not just in a marketing way, another way for companies to sell you an extra product. It is actually different. First of all, the skin around your eyes is thinner than everywhere else on your complexion, so it shows changes and signs of aging faster. So things like fine lines, texture, crepiness, all of that. Second, there are less oil glands in this area, which means that it doesn't stay as naturally hydrated as the rest of your face. So it tends to feel drier, and the benefits that you get from your other products really do help with that. And also, this is probably the biggest one. This area is constantly moving. Every time you smile, blink, squint, that area is working. And over time, that contributes to things like fine lines, crow's feet, and crepey skin. And then finally, this is the one many of you aren't going to want to hear, there's lifestyle. The eye area is usually the first place that shows lack of sleep, stress, dehydration, which is why you can actually feel okay, but still look tired. Anybody ever been told you look tired today, but feel really good? Been there. And yes, the dreaded under eye bags and circles, those are what show up when the lifestyle comes into play. So then the question becomes, can you just use your regular moisturizer? And again, I personally feel like the answer is yes, if the right circumstances are met. So what I mean by that is if your skin feels comfortable, hydrated, and you're not noticing specific concerns, a good moisturizer can work around your eyes. And let's be honest, I'm always going to lean toward keeping things as simple as possible. But there are some moisturizers that can feel heavy in this delicate and thin skin, or they can clog pores. In addition to that, I often find there comes a time like when our eye area feels it needs a bit more attention than the rest of our face. So when it's starting to show the signs of dryness or fatigue or signs of aging. The way you'll notice that is when, say, your concealer starts creasing more, or it looks cakey and heavy, or the skin looks a little thinner and drier, and your eye area just doesn't feel as smooth or as bright and vibrant as it used to. Those are usually a good sign. And this is where a well-formulated eye cream can really help. And not because it's an upsell wherever you're shopping, but because it's targeted. A good eye cream is specifically designed for this area. So instead of being heavy, it focuses on lightweight hydration. Eye creams can help soften the look of fine lines. They improve how your skin looks under makeup, and it supports your skin barrier. Good eye creams usually include ingredients that are chosen specifically for this area. So things like humectants that pull in hydration. Also ingredients that help your skin look brighter and more refreshed. And also gentle formulations that won't cause irritation, because the eye area can be very sensitive for a lot of people. And one thing I always like to mention, as with all skincare, this is not an overnight result product. There are some products out there that will give you instant results, but those generally don't offer the same longer term benefits of a good eye cream. So like I said, an eye cream, like most skincare, is a long game. It's more about consistency over time than an instant fix. So think 6 to 8 weeks, sometimes longer, not really instant. So when is the right time to start an eye cream? This is another question I get asked often, and there really isn't a perfect age. Like I mentioned before, you could be wanting to prevent future signs of aging, or you may be wanting to address signs that are already there. So lines, puffiness, dark circles. Both are completely fine. It's really more about what your skin needs and not what you've been told that you should be doing. Okay, let's address a few quick myths before I wrap up. Number one is dark circles. I get asked all the time if a specific eye cream will eliminate dark circles. If your dark circles are genetic or structural, so the way your bones are sitting, no eye cream is going to completely erase them. If your dark under eye circles are a result of fatigue, then you may find that an eye cream will help. The second myth is how an eye cream feels. So I've been told that if an eye cream tingles, it's a good thing because it means that it's working. But actually, it means that that's causing a bit of irritation. So if that's happening, you need to proceed with caution, maybe try another one or watch for other signs of irritation. Third myth is that you need a lot of product for it to work. Again, no, not true. Around your eyes, you need very little, like a grain of rice size for each eye, and then you just gently pat it in and around your eyes, and you're done. That's it. Not a lot is needed. At the end of the day, an eye cream is meant to be a targeted product, one that gives our eye area a little bit of extra care and TLC. For some people, they work wonders. Others prefer to skip it, and stick with their basic routine. Both are great. You need to do what works for you. For me personally, I started using an eye cream in my 30s, then stopped for a while. And recently, like in the last few years, I've gone back and forth with them, and I just find my eye area looks so much smoother and brighter when I use an eye cream. So I am an eye cream fan, and I use one daily now. For you, I would say the most important thing is paying attention and adjusting as your skin needs it. And that includes all your skincare, not just an eye cream. If you want a deeper breakdown on this and a full guide that you can come back to, I've written a blog post that goes into all of this in more detail. I will link it below. And if you're navigating changes in your skin right now and want simple, no overwhelm guidance, you can also join our email community. We send out tips every couple of weeks that are actually helpful. I will also link that below. Feel free to join our community. And as always, if you have any questions, please drop them below or reach out. I'm happy to answer them. Thank you for watching and being here, and I will see you on the next one. Bye for now.